The legend, Mr. Theo Randall. Great to have him back on the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Because simplicity is always with you with the food.
Oh, as always.
I keep saying the ingredients are getting less and less, but we have got
a few more today, actually.
7 ingredients here, then.
Well, actually, one thing you need to do is peel these tomatoes, which is very unlike me, but I want to peel these tomatoes because they're going to go in this delicious pasta.
And you want me to do that?
Yeah, and it's going to be with tagliatelle, zucchini, these tomatoes, which are going to kind of melt in the pan with some olive oil and some garlic and some chili.
So what are these tomatoes, then?
Parsley.
Oh dear.
Not too much, she said.
Yeah, not too much.
Yeah, what about these tomatoes?
These tomatoes are called Datterino, and they're from Sicily. They're the most amazing tomato. Oh. It's got a lovely, lovely flavour.
You like tomatoes?
I love tomatoes. You say tomato.
Or tomatoes. Tomatoes. Okay. So the pasta, now your pasta recipe is very, very different. We had Angela Hartnett on the show last week, and she was saying that her pasta's very, very different to yours. But
does she use more semolina flour?
You use a lot more egg yolks, don't you, really, in yours?
Well, I kind of like that sort of quite sort of strong, slightly eggy kind of taste and texture. There's lots of egg yolks in there. A little bit of semolina flour and Tipo 00 flour.
And no water? You
Sorry?
don't add any water to
no,
the flour?
not really, no. I mean, if the egg's enough. I mean, maybe a tablespoon just to sort of, if they're slightly dry.
See, we learn every day.
Yeah. So this squid, so we're just taking the inside the squid out, going to cut it in half, and I'm just going to score it lightly. And this squid is just going to be cut into strips. And the idea of this is it's just sort of melted in the pan. It's not sort of fried. And it remains incredibly tender. You're not a squid fan?
Not a huge fan of squid.
Oh, you're not doing very well today. Oh, yeah, it's parsley squid. Oh, dear.
I think she's waiting for dessert.
Yeah,
forget about the pasta.
You two know each other, isn't it?
Bring it on.
OK, so we're just going to cut this squid into strips.
Yeah.
And then you've got those tomatoes blanched. Now, you know, after you've done that, you need to roll out some pasta for me.
Yeah, so you just peel off the skin like that.
Just peel off the skin.
10 seconds in there. But
they're the most amazing tomatoes. They're so sweet. And they're absolutely brilliant this time of year. They really are.
So these like baby San Marzano tomatoes?
Yeah, they're the same sort of shape.
That kind of stuff.
Same sort of shape, but they're actually much sweeter. I mean, they're incredibly sweet. I mean, you know, it's almost like eating sweets. Or a friend of mine came to the restaurant and had a veal chop. We put the tomatoes on roasted, and he said, you know, what were the berries on top of the veal chop? They were amazing because they were just so sweet. He thought they were raspberries.
I should get those for my kids.
It's not like eating sweets, is it, really?
Yeah, it's good.
Well,
good thing for children to try out. You know, when it's sweet, they love it.
Yeah, if it's sweet, it's encouraging sweet.
How many children do you have?
2.
2, me too. I actually have 4. 2 is one is cooking.
It's like take me out over here, isn't it?
It is. Funnily enough, both my children are half German.
OK, when you finish...
Oh, they look at that! Look, cut.
Life is too short to peel these things, then.
We're filling in it while you're doing them tomatoes.
OK, so I'm just going to slice the zucchini on a mandolin.
Right.
And what we're going to try and do is try and get the effect of the tagliatelle pasta and the zucchini of the same sort of shape and thickness, because what we're going to do is cook the pasta with the zucchini together. So you get this, every mouthful has a kind of mouthful of zucchini as well.
Right, so there's your tomatoes. You want me to roll out the pasta then?
Roll out the pasta, please.
OK.
Okay, let's get the pasta.
Now, you make yours... So explain to us what you make it with semolina flour and flour.
Yeah, so it's probably about 10% semolina flour, the rest Tipo 00 flour. And then we use a lot of egg yolks to...
Lots of egg yolks?
Well, I mean, for a kilo of pasta, we'll use about 16 yolks, to about 4 whole eggs. So it's very rich.
Very rich, but tastes delicious.
But it tastes amazing, yeah.
Right.
OK,
so we've got them. Where would this be from in Italy, if you were...
Well, I was in Florence recently and went to this restaurant and had this amazing pasta. So it's very inspired from there. You know, it's kind of the...
I'm going to Florence tomorrow.
Well, I'll tell you, you must go to this place.
I'm going to Watford tomorrow. Have you been to Watford?
Not yet.
It's proper.
Yeah, OK. Do they have pasta over there or parsley?
They have parsley. Yeah, they got pasta as well.
Got a bit of parsley.
OK, so a little bit of garlic. So we're just going to put the squid in. So, as I said, we're just going to sort of like slightly melt the tomatoes rather than fry them. So those tomatoes I'm just going to grab.
They're all there ready.
Thank you very much. Beautifully done.
Remember, if you'd like to ask a question on the show, then you can call our chefs today, and our new number, which is 0330 123 1410. That's 0330 123 1410. Remember, calls are charged at your standard network rate. And remember, a few of you to put your questions to us live a little later on. So, right, we're just going to cut that in half, and then you want through into these little tagliatelle, because you're going to cook that in the same pan with the...
Yes, exactly. So we've got the squid going in with the tomatoes. And then I'm just going to get rid of this. Wash my hands.
Now, you're also, as well as being busy in the restaurant, I know it's extremely busy where you are there, but you're working trying to do another cookbook as well.
I'm doing another cookbook.
Would this be Spanish cooking, or what would this be?
Italian.
Italian food, would it?
Well, it's got all the things I like to cook at home, but I'm sort of getting pretty advanced with it now, so it's going to be out soon.
Why is it? Why do you think the British palate like Italian food? Do you
Because
think
it's
the simplicity of it?
It's the simplicity of it, and it's food you can eat every day. You know, it's something you never get bored of it. And you know, we're
eat a bacon sandwich every day, but
well, I know, but there's so much. You know, you can have pasta, you can have risotto, you can have grilled meat, you can grilled fish. It's very versatile food.
But it's also quick.
It's very quick,
for
and also
families.
you know the amount of produce you can get in this country from Italy is amazing. I mean, we're so close to Italy, so we get these incredible vegetables, amazing. You had some burrata you were telling me the other day.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that lovely mozzarella cheese with cream in it.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can just get that pretty much any sort of decent delicatessen now. So
I
we're
think
kind of
pasta is
spoiled.
fantastic. You can add any flavour you want, so great for kids, great for grown-ups.
Yeah. There you go. Right, parsley.
So a bit of
Parsley,
parsley.
all right. How about basil? You don't add basil to it?
I think parsley's quite nice. The basil will be probably too sort of aniseed, but you want to kind of keep the flavour of the squid.
Now, you just turned up the squid, but...
I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to. But it's the slowly fry. You don't want to fry it off to get some colour.
You want it to be kind of slightly creamy, or the juice of the tomatoes to come out, but you still want that texture of the tomato.
Okay.
So a little bit of parsley in there.
Now, you've got some chilli flakes
I put a little bit of chilli in, a little bit more. I know you like a bit of chilli.
Right.
And then what we're going to do is make sure the pasta's really nice and al dente. So that zucchini cooks at about exactly the same time.
Right. Now, with this fresh egg pasta, how long? Bring to the boil and then it's ready, or just a couple of minutes?
Depends if it's dried out. I mean, you really should make pasta the day before and let it dry out. But yeah, about 3 minutes, depending on the thickness of the pasta. But
Okay. Now, tell us about this stuff then, because
so this is
looks like an old boot.
Yeah, well, sort of. Yeah, this is Bottarga.
Yeah.
Comes from Sardinia, and it's the grey mullet roe.
Yeah.
And so what they do is they salt the roes, and
Yeah.
then they hang them up and dry them, and it's they can use it all year round, and they're absolutely crazy about it.
Yeah.
The Sardinians, but it's like a seasoning. You add it to things to give it kind of flavour.
Salty. Yeah.
It's like salty, but it's got sort of nutty kind of.
And it's quite expensive too, huh?
It is quite expensive, but a little goes a very long way.
So how much would you pay for that?
Well, it's about £120 a kilo. And that's about 100 grams. So, in the pasta base...
Oh, you just ate $5 at £5.
about 12 quid. There you go.
OK, so turn the heat up. We're going to start tossing the pasta in that lovely juice. You see those tomatoes just sort of breaking up.
Yeah.
Add a little bit more olive oil.
And then you want to...
Just check.
So you use that as a little seasoning just at the end,
seasoning.
then, yeah?
Well, what happens when you eat the pasta, you get this little mouthful of Bottarga, which makes a lovely difference. A little bit more pasta water.
It's smelling great.
Because a lot of people in the state, they add the oil to make the sauce, but you add the pasta water.
Always add the pasta water, and always toss the pasta. You almost, not quite, but almost toss the pasta as long as you cook the pasta.
Yeah.
And then you get that. What happens is the starch comes out of the pasta, which thickens the sauce. So you get this lovely kind of creamy sauce without having
it all in. That's the
without having kind of very sort of lots of.
I'm getting hungry over here.
Okay, Wolfgang, it's coming, Wolf. And then we're just going to put it on the plate. So there's lovely. Can you see the zucchini just sort of dissolved into that pasta?
Yeah.
And those tomatoes. And then all that lovely squid's just
Now,
going
if you couldn't find fresh squid, I suppose prawns, you could make this with,
You could do prawns, yeah, but the thing is, try and use the squid, or cuttlefish is great, because it's so sweet, but you could use prawns.
Yeah.
But if you can find squid, use squid. And then with a little mandolin or truffle slicer, just a few shavings of Bottarga on top.
You grate it on it, huh?
You can grate it, yeah, but it's quite nice having a few shavings.
Yeah.
And then there you have my tagliatelle with squid, Bottarga, datterino tomatoes and zucchini.
Easy as that.
We are ready.
I'm in the beautiful grounds of the 12th century Ford Abbey near Chard. But I can't hang around, there's work to be done. Let's find some wine. Theo, when I'm eating a wonderful dish like this with fresh tagliatelle, squid and courgette, I'm really tempted by a cool glass of dry rosé. And something like this Côte de Rhône pink would be a very decent match. But I want to get back to the Italian roots of this recipe, and I've chosen a white. And the wine I've gone for is the Taste the Difference Garvey 2011. There are so many dry Italian whites on the shelves, it can be difficult to unearth the real gems. But my tip when matching light seafood dishes like this one is to go for Garvey. And I love the scent of this wine. It's lemony, there's some lime zest, and there's a kind of floral note in there too. As well as those lovely lemon and lime flavours, there's something else here too, a greener note, mint, green herbs. And the citrus works very well with the squid and the tomatoes, but it's that green herbaceous note that's picking up nicely on the parsley and the courgette. But make no mistake, this is a properly dry wine with a whistle-clean finish, and that's what goes so well with the salty hit of the Bottarga. Theo, what a fresh and vivacious pasta recipe you've given us. And here's a crisp and refreshing white to go with it. Cheers.